Well, hello once again, everyone. It's your boy Jingles Roscoe again with another speed drawing. And since it was Plague of Gripes' birthday recently, I decided to draw a couple of his original characters, Marron and Moon, from his series Scary Lessons. Here we go. So, it's been a little while, hasn't it, guys? You're all looking good, especially you. You're looking real good today. You know, you should be proud of yourself. You're looking real nice. Anyway, so yes, it was Plague of Gripes' birthday again recently. It was last week, but I finished up the drawing fast enough to try and get it out on his birthday. Barely finished it up. Got it out to him. He seemed to like it. He retweeted it, so that makes me real happy. But yeah, it was his birthday, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned Plague before, and I did a drawing for him last year as well, which I made a video for, and I'll link that below as well. Let me talk about Plague of Gripes for a little bit with you here for a little bit. So Plague of Gripes is an artist, though he doesn't really... What's the word? He's an animator, but he doesn't consider himself an animator. He makes illustrations. I guess he considers himself more of an illustrator. But he also is super into writing and stuff like that, and also just complaining about stuff. That's why he's called Plague of Gripes. Yeah, he's just an artist that I follow pretty closely. I first started watching his stuff when he was making animations for the Two Best Friends Play, and I've just been I don't remember exactly when I subscribed to his channel, but he did some gameplay stuff, and I watch that from time to time. It's fun to listen to him talk and complain about the games that he likes, especially Dark Souls. But one of the things that I've been really, really enjoying is when he does his art gripes. And that's just when he does a speed drawing, and he just... Initially, I feel like it was just him just to kind of complain / talk about stuff about life in general, and like giving advice. Well, it wasn't really about giving advice at first, but it's kind of become that now. That he's just all like, you know, stop being a little baby, and if you want something, either go and get it, or, you know, do something about it. Don't just sit there on your butt and be a little sad boy or girl or other, and, you know, just do it. Which I think is cool, and I think it's funny. And he expressed in a video recently how people have just been all like, "Oh, Plague, you've really been you inspired me," and, like, you know, giving me life advice and stuff like that. And he's just like, okay. And he just complains about stuff, and, you know, life goes on. But I really like his just his art style and his art stuff in general. He kind of gave like some tips and stuff for actually drawing, but a lot of the stuff that I learned from him was just from watching and observing. And I'm subscribed to quite a few like artists here on YouTube, and it's mainly because I learn a lot from just watching people draw, or, you know, paint or whatever. It's mainly drawing, and I've learned quite a lot of stuff just from observing. And you know, I feel like I've learned almost everything that I've learned about drawing the female form just from watching his stuff. Which his stuff is usually, it's not exactly safe for work, but it's not porn either. It's one of those weird, like, in between things, which makes me laugh. But yeah, I wasn't really confident in / very good at drawing girls before getting into watching his videos. And I feel like since doing that, I've improved quite a bit. Like, I'm actually really quite proud of the way I draw girls now. And I've always considered myself I'm always going to be a safe for work artist. I'm not going to transition into any not safe for work territory. Sorry to disappoint anybody that wants to see that from me, but like, I've always had a respect for women and like the female form in general. And I always, like, when I was younger, I was all like, oh, it's not okay to sexualize women and stuff like that. Even though I'm a heterosexual man, it's what I should be doing, I guess. But as I've gotten older, like, I feel like it's okay under certain circumstances and to an extent. You know, you don't want to go overboard with something, and you definitely, in my opinion, you know, you don't have to listen to me. I'm just some weirdo sitting in his living room recording a video talking about another weirdo who sits in his room and draws furry women. So what do I know? But it's my opinion that, like, if you're gonna draw sexy women, like, there should be a reason for it. A woman shouldn't just be like a sex object. You know, a woman should be a woman and be treated like a human being. And if it's their personality to elude sexuality and exude sexuality, not elude, can't speak, exude sexuality, and that's who they are, then go for it. That's a strength in and of itself. But, like, not all women are going to want to be, like, objects. You know, I don't think anybody wants to be considered an object. Man, women, or whoever, you know. And so I don't want to do that, and I don't want to do that with my characters. But I do need to learn how to get better at drawing the female form if I want to make it look good. And unfortunately, I live in the day and age where, like, sexuality sells stuff. Like, unless I'm drawing, like, something specifically for, like, a kid's show or something like that, like, people aren't going to be very interested if I don't have some sort of, like, sexuality to it. And personally, I've never been that into stuff like that anyway. But I understand that it's the kind of thing that helps push a product, you know. But back to Plague of Grapes. I wasn't very good or very confident in my drawing of women, where he's very confident, and I feel like he's very, very good at drawing women of various sizes and shapes. And it's just been something that I've kind of admired from him. But also his art gripes just in general are just been really nice ways for him to just, like, vent about stuff. And when I listen to him, I'm like, you know what, Plague, you make a lot of sense. You know, you speak good with your mouth. And just his opinions about life and stuff is just kind of stuff that I just agree with. You know, if I'm a weirdo like that, that's fine. But, like, here's another example. There's very few, like, people on YouTube that I listen to on a regular basis and, like, get excited whenever new content of theirs comes out. Plague is one of them, and he's actually one of the very few people that I'm a patron for. Like, when it comes to Patreon, I've always felt like only people that I want to directly, like, what's the word, support financially, I would ever want to be a patron for. And currently, I am a patron of only 2 people. One of them's Plague of Gripes, and the other one is a friend of mine named Shalmons, who has helped me create pixel art for the gameplay videos for me and Smiter. And those are the only ones. And I'm sure eventually I'll find more people that I want to give my money to personally. But at the moment, most of the people that I would want to support financially don't even have a Patreon because they're successful enough without it, or for whatever reason they don't have one. But yeah, Plague also has a really interesting take on story writing as well as just character design and art, stuff like that. And it's kind of stuff that I'm not much of a writer. I kind of have an idea of stuff I would like to write, but for the most part I rely on Smiter when it comes to actually writing things. And it's my brother Smiter, in case you're not familiar. He's the writer of the group, I'm the artist. But like, there is stuff that when Plague's talking about writing, I'm just like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and I understand that. And I've learned a lot from Plague, from just life, but mostly art-related stuff. And I continue to keep watching his videos because they're interesting to me, and I feel like I learn something new every time, if not just from what he's saying in his videos, but just from watching the art that's being made on the screen. Like, I feel like I learned something. But yeah, so these are his characters. This is Marron the Jackalope and Moon the Moth Girl from his series called Scary Lessons. I'll have a link to his video where he fleshes out these characters and stuff like that, and I'll have another link to when he's talking about his comic that a little one-shot that he wrote for these characters. It'll all be linked in the description if I remember. Hopefully I remember. I'm really bad at remembering things. But like, it's just cute little designs and stuff. I chose these 2 because I liked Marron's design the most, because it's just because I find her the cutest. She's a short-haired jackalope girl, and she's short and stuff, and just kind of petite. I'm like, yeah, because I'm a weirdo like that. And like, there's not much personality that I could glean just from the pictures, except she just kind of seems like almost disinterested and like tired of the other girls' garbage. But she has to kind of like deal with it. That's just kind of what I picked up from it. I could be very wrong. I've been wrong before. But I kind of like that personality about her. And Moon, the Moth Girl, kind of feels like almost the opposite of that. Like, she's very confident in herself, very sure of what she wants and what she wants to do, and has a good time doing it. And I also like that about her. I also did it because my brother Smiter was also that's the one he liked the most, and so I chose those 2. And I just chose Chew because I didn't want to lose my mind drawing every single one of them, even though I kind of wanted to, just because they're all designed in a very cute way, and they all have they're just really cute designs. And that's one of the things that I liked about it. Last time I drew Chire from his other series that he was talking about and working on, and it was part of his art gripes that I kind of gleaned that information off of. but that seems to be kind of on the back burner for the moment. He seems to have a similar take on like doing projects and stuff as me, in that he wants to, he wants to put stuff on the back burner for the meantime, and that's kind of, I'm not really sure if I'm going to do all the things that I want to do, and neither is he, but at least he's putting work into it, and that's something that I also appreciate from him. But there you go. There's the girls that I finished there. And yeah, thanks for listening. And thanks, Plague, for just being you, being a big weirdo, and just being a reluctant teacher. And, just kind of teaching us weirdos like how life works. And yeah, thanks a bunch. And thanks everyone for watching. Sorry it's been taking so long, but life happens, and I'm hoping to upload more frequently, and I hope to have the next one out as soon as possible. Thank you very much. You have a good one.